Hey, it's Captain Thaddeus here, out in the Glades. I had some spare time today to go out and cast a rod, so of course I'm here. Plus the cloud cover is going to be great for this area. It's clear water in the canal I'm fishing today. It's going to be better. It's going to be better fishing because of the cloud cover. I don't see any lightning in the distance, so that's a good thing. I just spoke to my friend Robert over at the Bass Cat dealership in Palm Bay. Told him I was going fishing. And he asked me if I was going surfing, because we've got about, I don't know, 25-mile-an-hour winds blowing in. But luckily I'm in a canal that the wind blows over the top of, so I really won't have that much wind to deal with unless I cast real high. When you start getting bites, that's when you want to slow down and focus and pick a place apart at this time of the year, because they're grouped up in certain little sections. So this is number 2. I had a nice one hit a few casts ago, and that's what made me slow down. But 2 fish, it's only been a few minutes, starting out well. That's a good one. Oh yeah, that's what we're looking for. That's a good one. Easy. Nice. Another 3-pounder. They're finally starting to come up and hit that spook a lot better now. So hopefully that's first of many. So a great knot on a spook, or any of your walk the dog type baits, is a loop knot. Now, I'll do this if I don't have a split ring on. That'll give it a better side-to-side movement. What I like for the bait to do is almost turn all the way back around. Nice. He didn't even have time to jump. Beautiful. There he goes. Now he knows he's caught. Keep your hands away from these treble hooks. You fish these long enough, you will get a hook in your hand. Just a matter of time. All you can do is be as careful as possible. Beautiful fish. Spook bite, getting really good. So I'm trying several different cadences, different retrieves with the spook. So right now, what caught this fish was a fast twitch, like 1, 2, pause, 1, 2, 3, pause, 1, 2, pause. Like I give it a random, like quick twitching, and then I pause it. And the pause is very brief, but that seems, it seems like the bait's dying to the fish, and they come up and smash it that way. And this one liked that retrieve a lot. And we'll make this an instructional video on the spook bite. Not the right kind of fish, but it is a fish. So another retrieve that I like really well will be the 5 or 6 twitches, pause it, let the water disperse, let the ring subside, and then start twitching it again, 5 or 6 twitches, and again let the ring subside. That technique, that type of retrieve typically gets a really big bass. Ooh. That's a nice one. Skinny, but a nice one. They're never good enough, are they? Always too skinny, too short, something. Yeah, that's a good one. One thing you want to remember, you're going to get more of a reaction from the fish when you make it more erratic with a pause. So, you know, make it where it has no rhythm at all. As far as my rod and reel setup goes, I'm using a Tatula 7-to-3 gear ratio with 30-pound test braided line so I can cast it a mile. And I have the drag set fairly loose, not too loose where I'm not going to get the hooks into the fish, but loose enough so that when I do set the hook, I don't bend my hooks out on the fish. Now, this rod it's a frog creature worm rod by Kistler. Now, it's a little lighter than some of your typical frog rods. You don't want a real heavy rod for spook fishing. You want something with some tip, because if you have a heavy rod, you'll bend your hooks out and the fish will throw your hooks a lot more. They're hitting that spook now. It's fun. All right, let's talk about the Hookset on the Zara Spook. So when you're setting the hook, you don't want to hit them real hard with the Hookset. You're just going to pull it out of the water away from the fish, especially if you yank it upwards. It's just going to come flying out of the water. What I like to do is, while I'm working the bait, sometimes the fish will roll on it before it even gets it. So I just kind of pull a little bit harder than normal, a little bit harder than I normally would work the bait. And if I feel pressure, I put a little bit more pressure and start reeling fast. And that's it. That's my hook set. And I do it at a downward side kind of sweep. I don't yank the rod up in the air. I don't like those hooks flying back at the boat. Plus, when you're setting downward and to the side, you're dragging those hooks down into the fish. So your chances go way up of setting the hook on the fish when you're using any kind of top water bait with treble hooks. I like to grab them around the back when I'm taking the hooks out, if you can. Now, if it's a real big fish, you won't be able to grab them around the back like this, but on these smaller fish, this makes it a lot easier to take the hooks out of the fish when you're using all these treble hooks. Well, I hope I could help you catch a few more fish on a Zara Spook or a walk the dog type bait. I really appreciate you guys watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks.